Hello ladies and welcome to today's live video. Just having a couple of issues with Facebook Live here, but I'm here now, which is the main thing. So welcome to today's video. I thought I would just pop in because I have just come back from a fabulous holiday, and I thought I would share with you how I made that happen without losing business, without getting stressed, and being able to enjoy my holiday without any guilt at all. So I have just been to Far North Queensland with a group of girlfriends for 6 days, and we were in Cairns. We had an absolutely awesome time bonding, spending time together, doing the fun stuff, the activities, and also having that downtime as well. So what I did to make that happen was to plan ahead. And this is what I really recommend to all of you. And number one thing in the planning is for you to plan your holiday. So as business women, we often get caught up with feeling that we have to be busy all the time, that we're always having to just do our business and be working and be switched on non-stop. And that is not the case, because you're going to be much better refreshed, rejuvenated, have that much more energy if you take time for yourself to nurture you, and also so that you're not just consumed by your business. Now, if you do pop on, please say hello while you're there. I'll try and make this quick because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I think this is a really important message that I have to share today. So what I did to make this happen was for me to be able to take a week off from my business, and this was almost a complete break from my business with barely anything that I did while I was up there. The first thing I did was to plan ahead, and number one thing I did was to plan a holiday in the first place. So make the decision to take time off, and then choose a time that is going to work well for you and your business, and then just book it. So that's number one, taking the time off. And you should do this regularly throughout the year. The other things that I did was to plan what I needed to have in place before I went away, so that my business would continue to run smoothly without me being in there 24/7. As I said before, having a holiday is just so crucial for us in business, because if we are not enjoying the journey, we're only focused on where we're going on that final destination, then we're going to miss out on a lot of fun and potential things that can really excite you along the way, because the destination is not the be-all and end-all. And when do you know when you've stopped, when you've reached it? So if you can enjoy what's happening along the way and have fun with your business, and also have fun and be able to play, then you're going to be so much more productive when you are working, and you're going to have so much more fun. It doesn't have to be all work and no play. So I chose to book a holiday. I planned my holiday. I put it into my schedule ahead of time. I actually planned this in February, because this is when one of my girlfriends was turning 50, so we planned it in February for August. Then ahead of time, what I did was I planned what I would be doing when I came back from my holiday. So this week, the week that I'm back, I made a list of tasks that I would be doing this week, and I scheduled them into my calendar so that I knew when I came back I was ready to go, and I didn't have to sort of come back and start from scratch and go, now where did I leave off, what am I at? So I did that. I also scheduled a lot of my posts in my Facebook group and on my Facebook page, and that is a new feature that Facebook have now, where you can actually schedule in your own group as well as on your page. So for example, in our group we have theme days every day, so I scheduled a post each day according to the theme. I also scheduled a few other extra posts so that I would be seen continually in the group and I wasn't absent for a whole week. And that enabled me to take that break while I was up there and not feel that I had to be constantly checking in because people hadn't heard from me, and would start not to have that regular reminder of who I was and seeing me in there. Hi, Valinda. Yes. So planning ahead, is definitely a great idea. So I did that. I planned my posts in my group. I planned my posts on my page each day, and then I also scheduled my newsletters. So I send out 2 newsletters a week. So I scheduled those 2 newsletters and had them planned ahead of time. I got my virtual assistant to organise to send them out during the week that I was away. So it was seamless. It was like I hadn't even left. Also, I have an online program coming up, and that's coming up in October. So before I went, I had planned what needed to happen by certain dates, and the things that needed to be happening by the end of the week I was away, I had already organised. So my pre-launch content, I'd started to plan out so that now that I'm back, I'm up and running, I know exactly where I'm going next. So pre-planning is really important. I rearranged the client sessions that I had. So I took this week off completely and I rescheduled any client sessions to next week, or I did a few more the week before, so that I didn't have to worry about trying to fit in my client sessions. If I was away for longer, I think I would probably try and slot some of them in so there's not too many to make up when you get back. And you don't want your clients to have too big a break when you've got that momentum going with your coaching relationship, which is my business. So depending on what you're doing yourself, you may want to rearrange some of those FaceTime or virtual actual contact sessions or times that you need to have with your clients or customers. The other thing that I did when I was on my holiday was that every couple of days I checked on my emails just to make sure nothing urgent had come up and needed to be dealt with. Each day I also did go into my Facebook group and had a quick look, commented on posts so that I was still in there regularly, but I scheduled those sort of for a morning and an evening rather than thinking I had to be constantly checking throughout the day, so that I could enjoy my time with my friends and enjoy the holiday together and didn't feel like I was having to constantly have to do work. I did also spend 1 hour, I put aside 1 hour early in the week to deal with some of the more urgent things that had come in, and decided that yes, they'd gone down to the pool, I would get out my computer and do it in one bulk hour rather than trying to grab time here and there to deal with some of the things that needed to be dealt with on the spot. But by knowing how long, and I set my timer for that, and after it had gone off after 30 minutes, I thought, well, I still have a little bit more to go. I'll do another 15 and see how I go from there. So I was not allowing myself to just get consumed by work and get back into that, away from that holiday mode. So I had scheduled an hour and I managed to stick to that hour. And I got everything done that I needed to. If necessary, I would have scheduled another hour in, but I had planned so well beforehand that wasn't necessary. So I did that. What else did I do? I scheduled some time to have some thinking time. So by the beach, by the pool, where I could just relax. And actually the whole holiday I tried to switch off as much as possible from work, knowing that I had planned all these things beforehand. I had all of these posts scheduled. I had my newsletters scheduled. I had my tasks that needed to be done when I got back organised, so that I didn't have to sort of come back and then really, as I said, start from scratch again, not knowing where to start. So that worked really, really well as well. And then on the plane home yesterday, that was about a 3.5 hour plane ride. So I spent some time writing a list of tasks for the next day and prioritising those. I wrote down any reflections on some of the thinking time that I'd had while I was away, and sort of wrote up some great ideas for Facebook Lives and some webinars I might like to do, some posts. I wrote a couple of posts for this week coming up to post in the Facebook group that I'll put in later. And I also planned out my schedule for this week, so that when I actually got home, when I got picked up by my wonderful husband and all of my gorgeous children were at home waiting for me, I think they did miss me, I was then able to focus just on them and still have the rest of yesterday just being able to relax and get back into my normal routine without thinking I also had to gear up again for my business, because I had done my planning on the plane. Once I'd done that as well, I was then able to read my book, look out the window and just relax on the plane, so that it wasn't a mad rush and everything. I suppose the key to all of this is to be able to plan ahead. I know that some people go away on holidays and they will be constantly writing posts as they come into their head and sending them out, or writing a newsletter, or trying to be really present to the exclusion of the people that they're with, and being present actually on their holiday. So by planning ahead with these few tips, if I give you those back again, so planning ahead with writing your newsletters ahead of time, scheduling so that they go out automatically, writing your Facebook posts and scheduling them in your group or on your page. What else? Rearranging any client sessions or actual customer meetings or phone calls to either before or after your holiday. And then just being aware that on your holiday, you may have to check your emails, you may have to go in and comment on Facebook posts that are in your group because you are the leader of your group if you have one. Just scheduling that in and deciding when you will do that and doing that in specific times so that you're not constantly on and aware of that. Just having that break the rest of the time and not feeling guilty. And then on the way home, if you're on a plane or if you're able to, just have that quiet time to plan what's coming up when you get back so that you're not getting up the next morning and sort of faced with really reigniting that motivation and getting started again. So just by pre-planning those few things, you can make your holiday wonderful. You can make sure that you can have it with no guilt. You don't have to feel like you're taking precious time away from your business and losing money, losing potential clients, losing any momentum that you've built up. And also you're able to then really give yourself to the holiday and the experience and have fun without feeling that you should be doing something else, especially if the other people that you're with are not in business like you are and they are completely switched off, which was the case with me. I was the only one who had her own business. So that worked brilliantly for me. I've had a wonderful holiday. I feel refreshed, rejuvenated, excited about what's coming up, ready to launch back into my business again. And it's like I'd never left. Everything has flowed smoothly. There's been no hiccups. And I am now on track for moving forward with the goals that I've set for myself, my online program, with the different webinars and other content events I've got coming up. And everything is going really well. And that's how it can be for you as well. So it's quite easy if you can plan ahead and make a decision to take a holiday, to take time for yourself, to take a break, to value yourself and realize how much of a benefit a holiday will be for you and for your business and your state of mind, and realize that it can be done quite easily without losing your business, then I urge you to do that as well, to plan your next holiday. Comment below, tell me when your next holiday is going to be and where you're going, and let's get excited about that together. And I will see you later in the group. Bye, ladies.